Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Ezekiel 34 to 38, Proverbs 2, and Psalm 94. Let's get started. A message from the Lord came to me. The Lord said, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Tell them, the Lord and King says, how terrible it will be for you shepherds of Israel. You only take care of yourselves. You should take good care of your flocks. Instead, you eat the butter. You dress yourselves with the wool. You kill the finest animals, but you do not take care of your flocks. You have not made the weak ones in the flock stronger. You have not healed the sick. You have not bandaged those who are hurt. You have not brought back those who have wandered away. You have not searched for the lost. When you ruled over them, you were mean to them. You treated them badly. So they were scattered because they did not have a shepherd. They became food for all of the wild animals. My sheep wandered all over the mountains and high hills. They were scattered over the whole earth. No one searched for them. No one looked for them. Shepherds, listen to the Lord's message. He says, my flock does not have a shepherd. Many of my sheep have been stopped. They have become food for all the wild animals. My shepherds did not care for my sheep. They did not even search for them. Instead, they only took care of themselves. And that is just assurance I am alive. Announces the Lord and King. Shepherds, listen to the Lord's message. The Lord and King says, I am against the shepherds. I will hold them responsible for my flock. I will stop them from taking care of my flock. Then they will not be able to feed themselves anymore. I will save my flock from their mouths. My sheep will no longer be food for them. The Lord and King says, I myself will search for my sheep. I will look after them. A shepherd looks after a scattered flock when he is with them, and I will look after my sheep. I will save them from all the places where they were scattered on a dark and cloudy day. I will bring them out from among the nations. I will gather them together from other countries. I will bring them into their own land. There they will eat grass on the mountains and in the valleys, and they will eat in all the fields of Israel. I take care of them in the best grasslands. They will eat grass on the highest mountains of Israel. There they will lie down in the finest grasslands. They will eat grass in the best places on Israel's mountains. I myself will take care of my sheep. I will let them lie down in safety, announces the Lord and King. I will search for the lost. I will bring back those who have wandered away. I will bandage the ones who are hurt. I will make the weak ones stronger, but I will destroy those who are fat and strong. I will take good care of my sheep. I will treat them fairly. The Lord and King says, you are my flock. I will judge between one sheep and another. I will judge between rams and goats. You already eat in the best grasslands. Must you also stomp all over the other fields? You already drink clear water. Must you also make the rest of the water muddy with your feet? Must my flock have to eat the grass you have stomped on? Must they drink the water you have made muddy? So the Lord and King speaks to them. He said, I myself will judge between the fat sheep and the skinny sheep. You push the other sheep around with your hips and shoulders. You use your horns to butt all the weak sheep. Finally, you drive them away. But I will save my sheep. They will not be carried off anymore. I will judge between one sheep and another. I will place one shepherd over them. He will belong to the family line of my servant Dave. He will take good care of them. He will look after them. He will be their shepherd. I am the Lord. I will be their God. And my servant from David's family line will be the prince among them. I have spoken. I am the Lord. I made a covenant. I will make a covenant with them. He promises to give them peace. I will get rid of all of the wild animals in the land. Then my sheep can live safely in the desert. They can sleep in the forest. I'll make them and the places surrounding my holy mountain of Zion a blessing. I will send down rain at the right time. There will be showers of blessing. The trees will bear their fruit, and the ground will produce its crops. The people will be secure in their land. I will break the chains that hold them. I will save them from the power of those who made them slaves. Then they will know that I am the Lord. The nations will not carry them off anymore. Wild animals will no longer eat them. They will live in safety, and no one will make them afraid. I will give them a land that is famous for its crops. They will never again be hungry there. The nations will not make fun of them anymore. Then they will know that I am with them. I am the Lord their God, and the Israelites will know that they are my people. And this is the Lord and King. You are my sheep. You belong to my flock. and I am your God, and answers the Lord and King. A message from the Lord came to you. The Lord said, Son of man, turn your attention to Mount Seir, prophecy against it. Tell it, the Lord and King says, Mount Seir, I am against you. I will reach out my powerful hand against you. I will turn you into a dry and empty desert. I will destroy your towns. Your land will become empty. Then you will know that I am the people of Edom. You have been Israel's enemies for a long time. You let many Israelites be killed by swords when they were in great hill. At that time I used Nebuchadnezzar to punish them and destroy them completely. And now I will hand you over to murderers. I will hunt you down. You murdered others, so murderers will chase you. And that is just as sure as I am alive. And answers the Lord and King. Now turn Mount Seir into a dry and empty desert. No one will be able to go anywhere or do anything there. I will fill your mountains with dead bodies. Some of those who are killed by swords will fall down dead on your hills. Others will die in your valleys and in all your canyons. And I will make your land empty forever. No one will live in your towns. Then you will know that I am the Lord. You said, the nations of Israel and Judah will belong to us. We will take them over. You said that even though I was there, I am the Lord. You were full of anger, jealousy, and hatred toward my people. So I will punish you. And when I judge you, they will know that I am alive. And answers the Lord and King. You will know that I have heard all the terrible things you said. You said them about all those who live in the mountains of Israel. You made fun of them. You said, they have been destroyed. They have been handed over to us. And that's why the matter. You brag that you are better than I am. You spoke against me. You did not hold anything back. But I heard, the Lord and King says, the whole earth will be glad. I will make your land empty. You were happy when the land of Israel became empty. So I'll treat you in the same way. Mount Seir, you will be empty. So will the whole land of Edom. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Son of man, prophesy to the mountains of Israel. Tell the mountains of Israel, listen to the Lord's message. The Lord and King says, your enemies made fun of you. They bragged. The hills you lived in for a long time belongs to us now. Ezekiel, prophecy. Say, the Lord and King says, your enemies destroyed you. They crushed you from every side. So the rest of the nations took over your land. People talked about you. They told lies about you. Mountains of Israel, listen to the message of the Lord and King. He speaks to you, mountains, hills, canyons, and valleys. He speaks to you, destroyed cities and deserted towns. The rest of the nations turn around you and look away from you, everything of value. They made fun of you. So the Lord and King says, I am very angry with those nations. I have spoken against them and the whole land of Edom. They were very happy when they took over my land. Deep down inside them, they hated Israel. They wanted to take its grasslands. Ezekiel, prophecy about the land of Israel. Speak to the mountains, hills, canyons, and valleys. Tell them, the Lord and King says, I have a jealous anger against the nations. They have laughed at you. So the Lord and King says, I raise my hand and make a promise. I promise that the nations around you will also be laughed at. Mountains of Israel, you will produce branches and bear fruit for my people Israel. They will come home soon. I am concerned about you. I will do good things for you. Farmers will plow your ground. They will plant seeds in it. I will cause many people to live in Israel. The towns will no longer be empty. Their broken down houses will be rebuilt. I will cause many people and animals to live in Israel. They will have many babies. I will cause people to make their homes in your towns, just as I did in the past. I will help you succeed more than ever before. Then you will know that I am the Lord. I will let my people Israel live there again. They will possess you. They will receive you as their own. You will never take their children away from them again. The Lord and King says, people say to you, mountains, you destroy people. You let your nation's children be taken away. But I will not let you destroy people anymore. I will no longer let your nation's children be taken away. And answers the Lord and King. You will not have to listen to the nations laughing at you anymore. People will no longer make fun of you. You will not let your nations fall. And answers the Lord and King. Another message from the Lord came to me. The Lord said, Son of man, the people of Israel used to live in their own land. They made it unclean because of how they acted and the way they lived. To me, they were unclean like a woman having her monthly period. They spilled people's blood in the land. They made the land unclean by worshipping other gods. So I poured out my anger on them. I scattered them among the nations. I sent them to other countries. I judged them based on how they acted and how they lived. They treated my name as if it were not holy. They did it everywhere they went among the nations. People said about them, "They are the Lord's people," but they were forced to leave his land. And I was concerned about my holy name. The people of Israel treated it as if it were not holy. They did it everywhere they went among the nations. So tell the Israelites, the Lord and King speaks. He says, "People of Israel, I will not take action for your benefit. Instead, I will act for the honor of my holy name. You have treated it as if it were not holy. So I will use it to prove to the nations how holy I am. Then they will know that I am the Lord, announces the Lord and King. I will take you out of the nations, and I will gather you together from all of the countries. I will bring you back into your own land. I will sprinkle your pure water on you, then you will be clean. I will make you completely pure and clean. I will take all the statues of your gods away from you. I will give you new hearts. I will give you a new spirit that is faithful to me. I will remove your stubborn hearts from you, and I will give you hearts that obey me. I will put my spirit in you. I will make you want to obey my rules. I want you to be careful to keep my law. Then you will live in the land I gave your peoples long ago. You will be my people, and I will be your God. I will save you from all your uncleanness, and I will give you plenty of grain. You have more than enough, so you will never be hungry again. I will multiply the fruit on your trees. I will increase the crops in your fields. Then the nations will no longer make fun of you because you are hungry. You will remember your evil ways and the sinful things you have done. You hate yourselves because you have sinned so much. I also hate your evil practices. I want you to know that I am not doing those things for your benefit, announces the Lord and King. People of Israel, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your conduct has brought dishonor to you. The Lord and King says, I will make you pure from all your sins. On that day I'll give you homes in your towns again. Your broken down houses will be rebuilt. The dry and empty land will be farmed again. Everyone who passes through will see that it is no longer empty. They will say, this land was completely destroyed, and now it's like the Garden of Eden. The cities were full of broken down buildings. They were destroyed and empty, and now they have high walls around them, and people live in them. And the nations that remained around you will know that I have rebuilt what was once destroyed. I have planted again the fields that were once empty. I have spoken, and I will do this. I am the Lord. The Lord and King says, once again I will answer Israel's prayer. Here is what I will do for them. I will multiply them as if they were sheep. Large flocks of animals are sacrificed at Jerusalem during the appointed feast day. In the same way, the destroyed cities will be filled with flocks of people. Then they will know that I am the Lord. The power of the Lord came on me. His spirit brought me away from my home. He put me down in the middle of the valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them. I saw a huge number of bones in the valley. The bones were very dry. The Lord asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? I said, Lord and King, you are the only one who knows. And then he said to me, prophesy to these bones. Tell them, dry bones, listen to the Lord's message. The Lord and King speaks to you. He says, I will put life in you. Put breath in you, then you will come to life again. I will attach tendons to you. I will put flesh on you. I will cover you with skin. So I will put breath in you, and you will come to life again. Then you will know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied just as the Lord commanded me to. As I was prophesying, I heard a noise. It was a rattling sound. The bones came together. One bone connected itself to another. I saw tendons and flesh appeared on them. Skin covered them. There was no breath in them. The Lord said to me, prophesy to the breath. Prophesy, son of man. Tell them, the Lord and King says, breath, come from all four directions. Go into these people who have been killed. Then they can live. So I prophesied just as he commanded me to, and breath entered them. Then they came to life again. They stood up on their feet. They were like a huge army. Then the Lord said to me, Son of man, these bones stand for the people of Israel. The people said, our bones are dried up. We've lost our hope. We are dry. We are destroyed. We so prophecy. Tell them that the Lord and King says, my people, I am going to open up your graves. I am going to bring you out of them. I will take you back to the land of Israel. So I will open up your graves and bring you out of them. Then you will know that I am the Lord. You are my people. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live again. I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I have spoken. I have done it, announces the Lord. A message from the Lord came to me. The Lord said, Son of man, get a stick of wood, write on it, belonging to the tribe of Judah and the Israelites who are connected with it. Then get another stick, write on it, Ephraim's stick, belonging to the tribes of Joseph and all the Israelites connected with them. Join them together into one stick in your hand. Your people will ask you, What do you mean by this? Tell them, the Lord and King says, I am going to get the stick of Joseph and the Israelites connected with it. That stick is in Ephraim's hand. I am going to join it to Judah's stick. I'll make them a single stick of wood in my hand. Show them the sticks you wrote on. Tell them, the Lord and King says, I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them together from all around. I will bring them back to their own land. Then I will make them one nation. They will live on the mountains of Israel. All of them will have one king. There will never be two nations again. They will never again be separated into two kingdoms. They will no longer make themselves unclean by worshipping any of their evil gods. They do not do wrong things anymore. They always turn away from me. But I will save them from that sin. I will make them pure and clean. They will be my people, and I will be their God. The man who belongs to the family line of my servant David will be their king. All of them will have one shepherd. They will obey my laws, and they will be careful to keep my rules. They will live in the land I gave to my servant Jacob. That is where your people longer live. They, their children's children, and their children after them will live there forever. And my servant from David's family line will be their prince forever. I will make a covenant with them. It promises to give them peace. The covenant will last forever. I will make them my people, and I will cause there to be many of them. I will put my temple among them forever. I will live with them. I will be their God, and they will be my people. My temple will be among them forever. Then the nations will know that I make Israel holy. I am the Lord. A message from the Lord came to me. The Lord said, Son of man, turn your attention to Gog. He is from the land of Magog. He is the chief priest of Meshach and Tubal. Prophecy against him. Tell him, the Lord and King says, Gog, I am against you. You are the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn you around. I will put hooks in your jaws. I will bring you out of your land along with the whole army. Your horses will come with you. Your horsemen will be completely armed. Your huge army will carry large and small shields. All of them will be ready to use their swords. The men of Persia, Cush, and Put will march out with them. All of them will have shields and helmets. Gomer and all his troops will be there too. Beth Togarmah from the far north will also come with Lord's troops. Many nations will help you. Be ready. Get ready. Be prepared. Take command of the huge armies gathered around you. After many years, you will be called together to fight. Later, you will march into a land that has not had war for a while. Its people have gathered together from many nations. They came to the mountains of Israel. No one had lived in those mountains for a long time, so the people had been brought back from other nations. Now all the people will live in safety. You, all your troops, and then the many nations with you will march up to attack them. And you will advance like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering their land. The Lord and King says, well, at that time some ideas will come to you. You will make evil plans. You will say, I will march out against a land whose villages don't have walls around them. I will attack those peaceful people. I will do this when they aren't expecting. None of their villages has walls or gates with metal bars on them. I will rob those people. I will steal everything they have. Then I will turn my attention to the destroyed houses where people are living again. They have returned there from other nations. Now they are rich. They have plenty of livestock and all kinds of goods. They are living in Israel. It is the center of the earth. The people of Sheba and Dedan will speak to you. So will the traders of Tarshish and all its villages. They will say, have you come to rob us? Have you gathered your huge army together to steal our silver and gold? Are you going to take away from us our livestock and goods? Do you plan to carry off everything we have? Son of man, prophecy, tell Gog, the Lord and King says, the time is coming when my people Israel will be living in safety. You will see that it is a good time to attack them. So you will come from your place in the far north. Many nations will join you. All their men will be riding on horses. You will have a huge and mighty army. They will advance against my people Israel. They will be like a cloud covering their land. Gog, in days to come, I will bring you against my new land. Then the nations will know me. I will use you to prove to them how holy I am. Here's what the Lord and King says to God. In the past I spoke about you through my servants, the prophets of Israel. At that time they prophesied for years that I would bring you against them. Here's what will happen in days to come. You will attack the land of Israel. Now stir up my burning anger. announces the Lord and King. At that time my burning anger will blaze out at you. There will be a great earthquake in the land of Israel. The fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and the wild animals will tremble with fear. They will tremble with fear because of what I will do. So will every creature that moves along the ground, and so will all the people on earth. The mountains will come crashing down. The cliffs will break into pieces. Every wall will fall to the ground. I will punish you on all my mountains, and as is the Lord and King. Your men will use their swords against one another. I will judge you. I will send a plague against you. A lot of blood will be spilled. I will send heavy rain, hailstones, and burning sulfur down to the earth. They will fall on you and your troops. They will also come down on the many nations that are helping you. I will show how great and holy I am. I will make myself known to many nations. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Son of man, prophecy against Gog. Tell him, the Lord and King says, Gog, I am against you. You are the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. But I will turn you around. I will drag you along. I will bring you from the far north. I will send you against the mountains of Israel. Then I will knock your bow out of your left hand. I will make your arrows drop from your right hand. You will fall dead on the mountains of Israel. You and all your troops will die there. So will all the nations that join you. I will feed you to all kinds of birds that eat dead bodies. So they and the wild animals will eat you up. You will fall dead in the open fields. I have spoken, and as is the Lord and King. I will send fire on the land of Magog. It will burn up the people who live in safety on the coast. So they will know that I am the Lord. I will make my holy name known among my people Israel. I will no longer let them treat my name as if it were not holy. Then the nations will know that I am the Holy One in Israel. I am the Lord. The day I will judge you is coming. You can be sure of it, and as is the Lord and King. It is the day I have spoken about. At that time, those who live in the hills of Israel will go out and light a fire. They will use it to burn up the weapons. That includes small and large shields. It also includes bows and arrows, war clubs and spears. It will take 7 years to burn all of them up. People will not gather wood from the fields. They will not cut down the forest. Instead, they will burn the weapons, and they will rob those who rob them. They will steal from those who stole from them, and that is the Lord. Proverbs 2. My son, accept my words, store my commands inside. Let your ears listen to wisdom. Apply your heart to understand. Fill life with the ability to be wise. Guide for understand. Look for as you would look for silver. Search for as you would search for hidden treasure. Then you will understand how to have respect for the Lord. You will find out how to know God. The Lord gives wisdom. The knowledge and understanding come from his mouth. He stores up success for honest people. He is like a shield to those who live without blame. He guides the path of those who are honest. He watches over the way of the faithful ones. You will understand what is right and honest and fair. You will understand the right way to live. Your heart will become wise. Your mind will delight in knowledge. Good sense will keep you safe. Understanding will guide you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of evil men. It will save you from men who twist their words. Men like that have left the straight path to walk in dark ways. They take delight in doing what is wrong. They take joy in twisting everything around. Their paths are crooked. Their ways are not straight. Wisdom will save you from a woman who commits adultery. It will save you from a sinful woman and a tempting word. She has left the man she married when she was young. He has broken the promise she made in front of God. Surely her house will lead down to death. Their paths lead to the spirits of the dead. No one who goes to her comes back or reaches the paths of life. He will walk in the ways of good people. He will follow the paths of those who do right. Honest people will live in the land, but those who are without blame will remain. The sinners will be cut off from you. Those who are not faithful will be torn away from it. Psalm 94. The Lord is a God who punishes. Since you are the one who punishes, come and show your anger. Judge of the earth, rise up. Pay back proud people for what they have done. Lord, how long will those who are evil be glad? How long will they be full of joy? Proud words pour out of their mouths. All those who do evil are always brave. Lord, they crush your people. They treat badly those who belong to you. They kill outsiders. They kill widows. They murder children whose fathers have died. They say, the Lord doesn't see what's happening. The God of Jacob doesn't pay attention to it. You who aren't wise, pay attention. You foolish people, when will you become wise? Does he make the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who corrects nations not punish? Does he who teaches human beings not know anything? The Lord knows what people say. He knows that their thoughts don't amount to anything. Lord, blessed is the person you correct. Blessed is the person you teach from until you give them rest from time to trouble. He will never He will give rest from times of trouble until a pit is dug to trap sinners. The Lord won't say no to his people. He will never desert those who belong to him. He will never again judge people. He will again judge people in keeping with what is right. All those who have honest hearts will follow the right way. Those who will rise up for me against sinful people, who will stand up for me against those who do evil. Suppose the Lord had not helped me, and then I would soon have been lying quietly in the grave. I said, my foot is slipping, but Lord, your faithful love kept me from falling. I was very worried, but your comfort brought me joy. Can't you have anything to do with rulers who are unfair? Can those who make laws that cause suffering be friends of yours? Evil people join together against those who do what is right. They sentence to death those who aren't guilty of doing anything wrong. But the Lord has become like a fort to me. My God is my rock. I go to him for safety. He will pay them back for their sins. He will destroy them for their evil acts. The Lord our God will destroy them. Now that's done, I can now do the Lord's will. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as you also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.